And this one's an interesting one. I personally do really love Highlander in 5CP format, but with 30 minutes here, we should have a lot of fun, but will be tough for teams to advance forward and back. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, manco.store, enabling this coverage of the ETF2L Nations Cup. We got Lithuania versus Poland, first mid-fight getting underway here.
Yeah, interesting to see how the teams approach the mid-fight here. Stinger just waiting in big door like we see snipers. But look at Lithuania. They have taken control of their side. eXtine is down very early on, so that's going to give a lot of room for Stinger in here. It does look like, yeah, it is Poland who are taking the ground early on, and Lithuania don't really want to stay in here. Neutronis is the only one left alive in the area, and he's going to get cleaned up. But so is Erebus. They've lost a lot of players here. eXtine 3 up for Lithuania, and Poland, that was really dominating mid-fight. They were just in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, the point I was trying to rush out in the pregame there is that with Highlander 5 CP and especially this map, if you try to frag too hard, you just end up bleeding players, and you can't get things to settle down. So they're going to have to get be a little bit cautious here. Tweak on the side is going to get ran into, actually, so no real kind of outside pressure that the Polish have to worry about as they're climbing into Riverside. Want to get in here. We actually do have pressure on the point, getting that cap at least a third of the way done here. Super still kind of pressuring behind. Here comes the overcharge in, sort of getting pushed back as the demo man getting shoved away.
Yeah, Lithuania have lost a few players here, but Poland maybe not in a position to take advantage of it. Big bomb though, and they're actually getting on the point, and TF2 gets it. Risef backs off of the point. He steps off of the cap point into water, and Tercio with the BM in chat saying Risef afraid? Question mark. Poland, I mean, they looked really good there. They managed to get the med pick, and that would have allowed them to back out and maybe just reset things on the point. But TF2 and the soldier KWQ going in there straight for the point. Very fast first round here. 1-0 to Poland.
Yeah, very important first round as well, because if this map does slow down, they already have the lead. Only 30 minutes to play with here. Soldier from Poland bombing around is going to get out the backside. And Risef getting stabbed down while Red Spy getting killed. So the advantage there going towards Poland again.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that like Lithuania, they're not afraid. I won't say they're afraid, but they're reluctant to get across that point. Poland, they're getting up onto their side, they're taking the ground on the point, and they're just saying, hey, if you want to fight us, you're going to have to fight us on the middle of the point. And they're being aggressive. Bath is tanking the damage and walking through, and at the moment, Poland just want to, they've got the bit between their teeth. The Ubers are exchanged. Stinger's gone down there, so it's not going to be too great for Poland in the end, but they just want to go straight forward here. They're just not scared at all.
Yeah, I really love the aggression. Stinger, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get any success because he was out there sniping for a while. Trooper's still around, actually in a good angle to try to make a stab at it. And we'll kind of actually look to maybe take the demo man instead of the medic. Oh, I think he got killed by the medic trying to arrow the demo man.
That's, I mean, he loses his demo man, but he gets the kill. But you just take a look where Poland are right now. They have control of the second point. This is going to be an easy cap for them, as Stan on the demo man there is locking down the lobby area, and that's something like what you were saying at the start there, how teams kind of have to be careful when they're pushing. Often in sixes you'll get a med pick and you'll just push onto the next point for free, whereas in Highlander often a med pick isn't enough because you still have to deal with a sniper, you still have to deal with a pyro and a 450 HP heavy. Like, there's so much to contend with. But Poland right now, they're wanting to go in, and if they've got 1 or 2 picks, they're just going in and taking these exchanges. Tercio with the reflect takes down Justice. It's 3 down for Lithuania right now.
Yeah, they're trying to react to that. By the time that they get in, 2 of those players are going to respawn, but it'll still be helpful. They're actually going to go all the way down underneath and have gotten pretty far in before having a fight here. Eventually using the overcharge. Actually, no, they have not yet. There's just the red team using it.
Yeah, that's really bad from Lithuania. Sprayer doesn't seem to be pressured. And look, there we go. Poland have used the Uber on the point. They're getting kills, and they should be able to get some pressure on the Gambit, but they lose Barthis.
Big snipe there from eXtine. Sniping back from Shutter onto the point. If he hadn't gotten that kill on that heavy weapons guy, it would have been a really difficult offensive push to stop. Right now, just 3 players up on the defense, but nobody really in here on offense. Grava trying to get forward. The Engineer Doom is in there. Does get a kill. Risef is back. Other players are respawning shortly here, but the pressure continues from Poland. Oh, yeah, I don't know if Lithuania... Yeah. Oh, nice arrow kill from Grabba. Stinghan getting a snipe, and there we go.
That all started because they made the exchange, and for some reason Lithuania used their Uber on last, and they solo Uber Resef on the point. There was not really any pressure. Maybe they were expecting an Uber. They got the call that Poland were in water, and they kind of panicked. They did it too early, and Poland using the Uber, they didn't get much done with the Uber, but then Stinghan managed to get the snipe onto Sprayer, and using those heals, their buffed players were just jumping in, and it looks like Lithuania trying to get it a little bit faster this time, but CeeJaey goes down so early on.
Yeah, he was a little too fast, nobody with him, and completely destroyed by that jumping soldier. And that is one of the differences with Highlander too. Again, if you're used to 6s, you don't have that second scout, so the Demo Man's got to play a little bit more cautious at the start of these traditional 5CP maps.
Yeah, I mean, Poland just... they're holding the W key right now, they're not afraid to get aggressive, and Lithuania are struggling to react to this. I mean, they're 4 up right now. If they don't stop this, this could be 3-0 very quickly, and you get that onto 5CP, you can slow it right down, and Poland are in total control of this map right now. Lithuania have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, Poland very jazzed up right now. They know that if they can easily win this round, they will have a huge advantage and be able to take this match and move into the playoff stage, which would be a huge accomplishment for them to be able to eliminate the United States. But maybe getting a little ahead of the game right now. As 3 players move in, charge forward, get taken out. We do have an overcharge defensively ready to go here from Lithuania. They're going to use it aggressively, get the stab on Barthez, and actually maybe the overcharge coming out a little bit early. Grabba doesn't have anybody to build with though, and the Lithuanians are pushing all the way through into the middle point. Very aggressive plays from the Demo Man, trying to get some stickies up, but actually there's enough players here. He's going to need some reinforcements. Huge pipes! Taking out the soldier though.
Yeah, I think that might be the second or third FO I've seen from CeeJaey so far. He does go down though, the mini sentry from Doom in a perfect position just to annoy Lithuania as they walk in, and Chupa is getting up on the cleanup there. And this is the thing that you see sometimes in 5CP. You know, Lithuania wipe Poland pretty much on the last point, and they get a little bit too overeager. They try to use that momentum, and the forward spawns right under the midpoint, and Poland are there ready to fight, and now it looks like Poland, with the Uber advantage, are ready to push back and take advantage of this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate from Lithuania. Definitely a little over-aggressive there. Trying to get on the eXtine now, and he doesn't really have anybody there protecting him. So the Lithuanians have at least been forced to back up from that second point. Tweak, the furthest player out there, he's going to try to wrap around for some sort of spy play. But the Poles are just going to push ahead anyways.
Yeah, they have to be careful here. Oh, the demo gets dropped. It's not going to be a great Uber.
Yeah, nobody else with him. So that Uber was almost completely shot there.
It's a big jump in from KWQ. He's actually on the spawn here, but Sketz is just going to air blast him. Yeah, I mean, they needed to be maybe 5-10 seconds faster. They had a big Uber advantage, but they took too long going from lobby into the last point, and it looked like the demo man from Poland really wanted to go in, but he just wasn't supported by his team.
Yeah, Chuper goes in for a stab. He was trying to set it up on the medic, does get the stab on the heavy weapons guy, and is actually able to escape as well, which is quite nice. The Polish team is pushing from underneath, doing some plumbing work from River. They're going to get that capture. Nicely done.
It's too easy for them eXtine. It's looking way too easy. The Lithuania can't respond, and something to point out, Chupa is currently running the Your Eternal Reward. Now, I played a game in a Highlander tournament. I was marking for a team, and he ran that sort of against... In a serious scenario. He's been really trying to make the Eternal Reward work, because it doesn't show up in the kill feed and you automatically disguise as somebody else, and it throws people off. And I think Lithuania are struggling with that. Justice jumping in the air gets headshot by Stinghan, and Lithuania trying to go up on their opponent's side, but they're just not getting aggressive enough, and they're losing everybody. Chupa with another 2k.
Yeah, that was quite nice. And everybody really banged up for Lithuania. Sprayer is sandwiched, ends up getting taken down by KWQ, who's just doing work on the side there. He's on the one-on-one versus CeeJaey, gets the kill there. And easy capture in mid. Going to be able to capture second here. We might not last the full 30 minutes here, CeeJaey.
It's not even been 10 minutes next time. It's not even 10 minutes, it's already 3-0. Poland with 100% Uber getting ready to push into last. I mean... Lithuania just have not had a response to the aggression on mid from Poland, and that's the Osprey goes down to Stingen.
Oh no.
That makes, I mean, the Uber advantage was huge anyway, but now there's absolutely no heals on last for Lithuania. This is, Chappie gets 2 there, but I still think Poland may want to go in here.
Yeah, if they can get their teleporter up or get some forward momentum, but I think now that they're going to kind of have to be a little bit slow with it. Once they get some of these respawns, then they can probably still push in here. But a little bit of aggression from Lithuania. They're not really going to be able to find much though, so with Tweak down, they're just going to buckle down, get ready for this Uber push from Poland.
Yeah, it's given them a bit more time to get themselves set up though. There's some good picks from Lithuania. And there we go, eXtine getting revenge on the Stinger means, you know, again, this isn't going to be a perfect push from Poland. And as time ticks on, Sprayer, 50% now, may be able to get a charge in time by the time Poland decide to get close enough for a push. And I think that's okay. Poland aren't going to be too worried about that, but Lithuania definitely needs to start thinking, okay, we've got 20 minutes left with 3 rounds down. How do we get back into this game? Because I think a stalemate situation is going to work out better for them. At the moment, Poland really being aggressive and Lithuania struggling to counter that. But if we slow the game down a bit, maybe Lithuania can start to come in as Poland already in water, Sprayer at 95%.
And Chuper wasn't quite able to get in, bumped into the medic there. We'll see if this river push can get anything done. Rebus does go down, so that Sentry's going to go down following shortly. Sometime put on the point, and big pressure coming in. Great Uber pop from Grabba, making sure that his medic demo man stays safe. And there we go, KWQ. Zinner getting a couple frags on the, Zinner, the demo man. He's tagged up as Stan, throwing me off.
I mean, I was expecting a really, really close game between these two teams, but Poland, they're not scared. Like in most situations in Highlander, when both teams have Uber on last, you'd expect a team to try and get some picks, maybe get a med drop or a force. Poland don't care. And there we go, Lithuania taking their opponent's side, but Poland mirroring it this time. A spray goes down straight away. Wow. It's the first casualty. Stinger gets another. Stinger's on fire right now, and this could be a 5-0. Stinger with a 3K. He's taken down a third of the team already. Make that 4. Gets the sign. Ace is not looking good for Lithuania, and it's not looking good for the USA either, man.
No, that's for sure. As all sorts of frags going out for the Polish team. Getting mad work done on Stinga, and just nothing happening for Lithuania there. I mean, really unfortunate. Just drop your medic immediately. And didn't really have any follow-up or follow-up damage. Tweak, no luck either. He hasn't really been able to make anything happen on the spy position. It's just a tough map when things aren't really going your way. And certainly has been unraveling rapidly for Lithuania. Chuper trying to get in here. He's going to get bumped into, but does kind of sneak away somehow. Oh no, never mind. Got sniped down. The Ubercharge is out here. Thazu trying to push forward.
It's being denied by Sketis there. Yeah. He's just done a really good job, and that may have bought a few more minutes or seconds for Lithuania to regroup here. Grabber went down, so now Lithuania have their medic up. They have an Uber advantage, I think, for the first time in this game, and they're actually capping second. So yeah, to put things in perspective, 16 minutes to go. Lithuania need to get 4 rounds, or make it 5 rounds, if they want to win this map and retain a chance of becoming one of those top seed. But Thazu.
Yeah, Thazu getting the pick on Sprayer there, and I was just going to compliment the Soldier Justice for getting that solo cap on second, which seems like all that hard work is just unwinding. And you know, you can't really push 2 points in a row, like going middle to instantly pushing last. But still, if a team compensates, tries to push out, and loses that point immediately afterwards, they're going to be in trouble for the next point. And just like that, Lithuania give it up, 5-0. Don't quite make it to the 15-minute mark. GG's called out. Wow. Poland, booking their spot in the playoff bracket, knocking out the United States of America. It's tough days, man. Tough days.
I mean, I did a video before the tournament talking about my favorites for the competition eXtine, and I threw in the usual suspects like England and Denmark, and I said USA. They come in as a team who's won it twice before. They're defending champions from 2017, and they could be, because Sweden isn't participating in this tournament, they could have been the first team to win 3 Nations Cup titles. That is not going to happen because they've been knocked out by a combination of Poland and Lithuania. And Poland, yeah. I mean, let's not dwell too much on that. The fact that Lithuania just could not stand that aggression from Poland. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I'm not sure if Jake's been in the mumble with them, and he's just like, he's coaching them. He's like, right, get the rocks on the W key, just go into them, constant forward. But they played that perfectly.
Yeah, and it was a little bit more measured from Poland than Lithuania. I mean, Lithuania was trying to be aggressive, but not as a unit and not in the correct ways. Being aggressive doesn't just mean, like throwing your demo man completely far forward by himself without, any protection, or just kind of jumping soldiers into crowds of people or scouts into crowds of people. The Polish team was a bit better about taking their fights, protecting their medic, taking territory, but constantly moving forward. And I think as well, the rock, paper, scissors that we've kind of seen in this group stage will also bode to kind of an interesting match here on product, because the Polish team, they had a different medic. The medic played fine, but they were on upload, a payload map, and the U.S. team has a vast array of Highlander experience, so playing on one of the most popular payload maps, the U.S. team was able to beat them. But then they walked into CP Steel against Lithuania, and Lithuania were able to defeat them on CP Steel. Now we get into a 5 CP map today against Poland, and Lithuania looked like a fish out of water. They I don't know, the strategy, the tempo, the breathing, I think they got completely constrained on that 5 CP map. And I want to see how they can do on product here, because product is a whole different world. If you lose them mid-fight, you can back up, you can completely reset. It's much more similar to a payload map in that sense, where it's more about set plays than going with the flow, right?
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with you there. I mean, it did surprise me. I did actually, looking at the 2 maps here, I did think product would be more favored towards Poland because they have Stinghan, one of the best snipers in Europe. They have Chupa, one of the best spies in Europe. 2 players who really can make a difference on product. I thought Gullywash, with the likes of Shappy and Neutronus and Justice, would be more slanted towards Lithuania. But when you take a look at the logs, 13 minutes was how long that round was. Sorry, not round, the match. Grabber only dies once. Grabber only dies once in that entire game, as does Tercio. So Tercio, who I think he plays medic in 6s, he's played soldier, demo, heavy, and Highlander. He's played medic. He plays loads of classes. Never seen him play pyro, going 16 for 1. A KAD of 32. Which is pretty nutty. But I mean, Sprayer for Lithuania, he's one of the best medics we've ever seen in Highlander in Europe. He's played on some top teams over the years, and he dies 7 times. That's not the worst thing when you're on a team getting rolled, but when you look at Grabber only dying once, Poland were just able to have that aggression. And when you've got your sniper getting 22 kills, that's nearly 2 kills a minute. Nearly 2 kills a minute from your sniper, that there's something, it's going to be hard for you if you're constantly dropping players. And then it's just everyone else. It's just the combo players. Thazu on the scout, obviously going to be involved in the pushes with the combo. And then you have the Pyro, Demoman, and Heavy. Just everyone in the Polish combo doing a great job. And that really surprised me how, maybe Poland winning wasn't a huge surprise, but I did think Lithuania would be stronger on this map. And I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly concerned for them on product. I think Shappy is going to do a lot of work. He is a very, very good Demoman. But if this is how Gullywash went, I think on product, Poland are going to... I can't see anything other than a 3-0 from Poland right now, and I want to say I want to see something different.
Yeah, I mean that would be a hard one to lie about, you know. I would like to see Lithuania do well here, you know, for sure. But there was a lot of other things besides just the strategy, and I do think that this map, you know, does offer them a chance to kind of reset. But you're exactly right. You know, if Spreya was getting dropped to sniper and to spy, that's going to be almost more of a problem here on Product. So we're getting started here on our second map. Poland snapping up that first map and actually booking themselves a spot in the playoffs, eliminating the United States of America from this Nations Cup. But this is second map, and still at least plenty of honor to play for here, as Lithuania going to try to string some things together, but they've already lost their demo man and 3 other players. Rizev getting sniped down. Oh gosh, off to a rough start here. Spreya is backing out though.
Spreya is gonna live, and I think definitely on a map like this, I agree with what you said. You can go back and reset, and I think that suits them more. Spreya knows when to get out and get into a safe position. Nice reflect there. Chupa still on the Eternal Reward. Obviously did him a great service in the first map, and I think he's going to be more devastating on this. But equal Ubers here, and Lithuania have a chance to regroup and push here.
We do have a crits here from Spreya, which will be interesting. They are going to be running into an Uber charge once they can get out here. They've lost their scout here and their sniper, but they're moving forward. And Stingen has gotten stabbed down as well, so that's going to be able to open things up a bit. But Spreya has been, pretty cautious and does get taken out. They never really got in. The
pressure.
Yeah.
Chupa lives. Chupa lives after that. I mean, you got to know what to expect against these teams. You should need to know the dangers, and Chupa is going to be constantly on top of you the entire time and manages to get down the medic, and it's not necessarily the medic's fault. Even if Spreya uses the crits, it isn't going to save him. He needs to rely on his teammates to get rid of that spy when the pressure's on, and now 100% Uber still in the hands of Grabby. He's just been chilling on the cliff the entire time, but big bomb in there from Shabby. He's very weak, doesn't get any damage down onto Grabber, but they do get a few kills here, eXtine.
Yeah, they need to get just a little bit more pressure on Grabber, get him freaked out, and they're using that Uber charge, and they're very close to where he is on the corner. You might actually want to just try to capture this point as well. But the Pyro right on top of this, and Demoman versus Pyro alone is Uber charge is not necessarily the best scenario. Just getting air blasted backwards, very ineffective Uber charge. Spreya has theirs ready to go, but the positioning isn't quite there as Reese F completely banged up. Did get an arrow inside the house, so trying to heal him up and get him forward. Spreya actually should hit him with another arrow there if possible. And they do have the KritzKast is out here, throwing stickies over the top, does get Stan. Trying to find more, but not able to get Sting or Barthez. Shappy has gone down, but yeah.
What's Grabber doing? Ooh. I'm nervous for Grabber here, eXtine. Yeah, Justice is on top of him.
Grappa falls down. Tweak now chasing. Grappa. Oh, Justice got nailed to the house there. Tweak goes down. Wow.
He gets the arrow onto Justice. He's running the amputator of all things, and he also kills Tweak the spy. So Grabber, respect. He can defend himself fine, and on that terms, Spreya has also gone down to Sting Hands. So Poland keeping their med alive. Well, I mean, the med kept himself alive, but also taking down the enemy med. And they're trying to recap this now with this huge Uber ad.
Yeah, that was another huge snipe from Strahan. Really kind of opens the door here for the Polish team to just kind of play heels and sneak forward. Tweak needs to pick his moment here. He's going to decloak. Oh, it does get the stab on Barthez. Just worried that Barthez was spinning around, wasn't going to get backstabbed. But Tweak does get the right angle. Man, so much pressure though from Poland. Look how far forward they are. Super waiting for people to run out here as well. Okay, no, it doesn't quite get it.
Lithuania, I mean, they've got 20 seconds to get on the point here, and Spreya goes down! KWQ, and he also gets Erebus as well. Can he get another one? He gets his stick out, but it's not enough. He gets 2 kills there, one of them on Spreya, and that's huge. I mean, that's just basically GG now. Grabber just needs to make sure he doesn't drop this Uber. Tweak's on him. He's not going to get the stab. Lithuania bleeding a few players, and they're just going to use the Uber on the point and clear them up here. Just no protection on their medic here, Lithuania. They need to keep Spreya alive if they're going to get anything done.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think it was maybe 2 drops to the sniper and 1 to KWQ. There's probably maybe even 1 more frag in there. But you know, that's a big thing, and I mean that was sort of the factor that we talked about. That you know, Viaduct Koth maps are a little bit different than 5CP. You have that time to reset and get your medic set up with an overcharge. A couple of those times though, he got I think he might have gotten dropped by Sting, and you know, should have had the charge. They just haven't been able to get that together, and it really makes a big difference having your medic up the heals and the overcharge potentially. I think is he on crits here? He's got quite a bit more charge.
Oh, Grabber's gone down. Grabber went down to a body
nice
shot from eXtine, so you know, they are losing frags elsewhere, but Lithuania will have an advantage here. They are on the CritzKast 80%.
Yeah, they got the stab on Stingen. Oh no, but Spray gets pushed into by KWQ getting the kill. Wiethoofd goes down at the end there, and yeah, unfortunate plays there. Got the kill on Grabber, but couldn't quite play the heals quite right. Oh, nice trade there. Dazu and Justice. It was a good final rocket from Justice, but Dazu wasn't going to let him get away with it.
You're going to take me down, I'll take you down with you. Or with me, rather. Yeah, that late death from Spray kind of really affecting what Lithuania can do right now. Still running the KritzKast. And it does mean they'll get it slightly before Grabber gets his charge, because he's just hiding. He likes his corner in the cliff. He's still running that minigun, but look at Lithuania. They're being so aggressive here, and it's doing pretty well. Wiethoofd doing a lot of work before being taken down. But it's now, can they clean up the kills? And Barth is now alive and buffed, and yeah, just defending that point by himself.
Crazy scenario. Tercio was behind the rock. He's getting pushed into by Tweak, and then a rocket trying to splash him down. He ended up getting the reflect on it and the crater kill on Tweak. And Poland going to push forward here. So yeah, Tercio, now that he had a second, is wrecked.
Yeah, they actually got the crits off there. It was sort of a last-ditch attempt to keep people alive. Sprayer popping it onto Shappy, but couldn't get anything done with that crits because everyone else was dead. Like Poland not saying, like, you know, a lot of teams will say, oh, we don't have Uber, let's wait and then exchange Ubers, etc. Poland are just saying no. As soon as you start to show your face, we're going to walk forward and try to get something done. But eXtine with this headshot onto Stinghand actually might open things up for Lithuania a little bit here.
That spot that Grabba's in with the dispenser is just real cozy, and Poland certainly have just kind of been a rock over there and completely immovable object. I guess the terminology I'm looking for is Lithuanians haven't been able to get in there, make them budge from beyond the point, really having difficulties crack down this defense.
Yeah, it's very difficult when they've used it, yeah. I don't think they're going to get anything with it because the counter was coming in. Grabber's been holding on to that charge for quite some time, and Poland's know that's what they need to do is just keep Grabber alive. He's going to go back inside the dispenser, his little suit of armor there, and as long as they keep him alive and make sure they don't die to the crits, then they'll be able to just Uber onto them. But Sprayer isn't healing right now, and they need to be healing. They need to keep their players alive and build that crit so they have the advantage, and it's just not working out for Lithuania right now. They just can't get any space to work with, and Stingen takes down the medic again, takes down eXtine as well, and he's buffed. He's on the Poland, looking very comfortable right now. And Lithuania so far have not captured the point in this round.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to crawl back from, especially with the Uber charge around the corner for the Polish team. Lithuania surging a few players forward. Neutron's coming in. KWQ, though, does trade with Shappy, which you would figure would be in favor of Poland. And then Pyro surging forward, 30% KritzKast trying to heal them up. And Stingen getting 2 kills there. Trooper with 1. Just big frags coming out for Poland, shoving away the Lithuanian players one more time.
One more round.
2-0, yeah.
I mean, Poland, one more round, they will take a clean sweep here, and I would say definitely put themselves down as a potential dark horse for this tournament because they've looked very, very strong with this lineup, and I don't think many teams will be relishing the opportunity to play against them. Yeah, they're just coming out for another mid-fight. Lithuania just playing for pride right now. They can get some points perhaps, but already the maximum they can get is 2 points out of this game because it's basically a golden cap if they win the next 3, and already they're losing early kills here, eXtine.
Yeah, I mean, if they get the next 2 rounds, I think that does kind of draw up some sort of odd tiebreak scenario to determine who would be the first seed and the second seed of this group. If with Poland getting the full 6 points here, it will be the #1 seed of this group, which certainly could help out with the draw. KWQ coming around, getting some big frags on the house. He's just been a complete threat for the team. Not that high on the scoreboard, 21 points, but just finding the crucial frags. And then here comes the overcharge from Grabba. Going to be able to keep Barthiz alive. Barthiz did fantastic on the last map and this map, just kind of staying alive. He was kind of struggling in the Poland-US A game on a payload map, but tonight he's been excellent.
Yeah, Barth is actually just running around, actually grabs the health back and then kills Justice, sort of on the flank, and then backs away and drops an XD in chat because somehow he survived despite that. I mean, it's almost BM how far forward Poland were there. They were nearly spawn camping Lithuania at that point, and Sprayer, I don't think Barthus was aware that Sprayer was actually at the top, but Stan with the pipe, lock and load, down Sprayer goes.
What an angle. Just kind of hits that arc perfectly from the point into the corner there. Good stuff.
I mean, lock and load. I remember when lock and load was like buffed, and it was everyone was using it, and there's still some demos using it. He's got it down. He knows what to do with it. He knows the angles, and this is rough. This is rough. I mean, Lithuania getting some kills here. They may be able to walk forward and probably get some pressure on the point. But there is a 90% Uber in the hand of Grabba. Just needs to pop it.
98. Oh, and he gets stabbed down with 98%. Finally, a little bit of good fortune going the way of the Lithuanians. Grabba not able to save Barthiz, not able to save himself, not able to save Tercio. And the Lithuanian now holding the cliff, but gets stabbed down by Spraya. Sorry, Spraya getting stabbed down.
Grabba saying 98 in chat, followed by some what I recognize as swear words in Polish. I don't know much Polish, but I know those words they're not very friendly. But yeah, I mean, it just seems that every time Lithuania gets some sort of opening here, you know, Poland are able to spark back with either Chupa or Barthiz or Sting, and someone's getting a big kill, and Justice is going to bomb in here. Managed to get the sentry, but not much else, and Lithuania only a minute behind really, but they're a large amount of time, a large amount of Uber behind Grabba as well, and it's going to be difficult, although they've looked, this is the best round so far for them.
Yeah, Tweak with a huge stab through the quarter, comes in, gets Grabba, does get Zinner as well. And more frags coming out here.
Doom takes Sprayer down. Like I said, every time Lithuania gets some good kills, someone from Poland steps up to the plate and is like, you know what, Doom's like, it's my turn to get a med kill now. He just rocks up with his shotgun and takes down Sprayer, and Sprayer just must be very frustrated right now because people aren't playing around him, he's not being protected, and it's just all too easy for Poland to kind of snap back here.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the other, 5CP maps, it's all about capturing the point. In this map format, it is all about holding the point. So this time, Lithuania is starting to get some more time on it, but they're going to have to kind of maintain this forward defensive pressure and keep the Polish team away from the point. And they're just not getting the same sort of established defense comparable to what Poland was able to get together.
Yeah, but the Kritz does come out. They take down Zinner, the demo. So that's spray dice.
Yeah, spray dice. The choke.
It wasn't a Kritz. I was just blind.
Yeah, it's all good. But again, though, Lithuania, they get a little bit more time on the point, but they're in some trouble here.
I have to. Oh no! Did Chupa just get a trick stab onto the pyro? He was disguised as the medic because of the eternal reward, and he just kind of spins around and gets the stab. It's no. That was hard to watch.
Right now, Lithuania is still in control of the point. Only a minute left on the timer. As the overcharge has come in, the Polish demo man Zinner will be able to kind of get some stickies out, create some space. They capture the point. KWQ, excuse me, very weak right on the other side of that house. The Lithuanians could get out here soon and get some pressure out there. Actually, I don't think there's necessarily the same amount of urgency, but they do just need to get another recapture here to keep this map rolling. Nice frag from Arubis.
They have an advantage. They definitely have got some picks as well, so definitely doable for Lithuania to get a sort of a round on the board here. But Shappy's gone down. It's going to make him a little bit more difficult. In Poland, they're holding all the cards right now. Lithuania are definitely the ones who have to make a move.
And Lithuania is getting in here now. Yeah, starting to get some capture time. And we'll at least get overtime rolling here. eXtine getting a snipe on Stingen, which is quite nice. KWQ going behind. He's going to try to distract. The capture is finished. They're going to have to hold it for 55 seconds here. Grabba, though, 25% away from a charge. Just 4 players up for Lithuania. Spray extremely banged up, and there was KWQ coming back in from the backside. Gets the kill. And there we are. Going to be 3-0 for the Polish team. A complete wipe today of Lithuania. 8 rounds, 5 on Gullywash, 3 on Product, without a response from Lithuania.
That was rough for Lithuania. I mean, maybe you can argue, like, coming into the game, Poland definitely had everything to fight for. They knew they had to get a map under their belts in order to qualify. Lithuania, already knowing that they qualified, the only thing they were really playing for was the top seed. The only thing, if they got the 6 points, they could have been one of the highest top seeds. But maybe they came into this slightly more relaxed, just thinking, hey, we just beat the USA. We don't really need to do much. We're already qualified. Whereas Poland, knowing that they had to do something, maybe scrimmed more, maybe sort of had the bit between their teeth for this game. I don't know, but definitely came in the more prepared and the more hungry for this win. And both teams will qualify. There'll be smiles at the end of the day when everyone kind of takes in what's going on and they're actually through to the playoffs. But Poland definitely maybe throwing down the gauntlet here and saying, hey, we're through, and maybe teams aren't going to want to play us in the next round.
Yeah, hard work pays dividends, and you could certainly see it in Gullywash, where they just, really seeing like a strong unit, some good plays going underneath the river, great mid fights. They just kind of crushed every single mid fight. But I think you definitely could see the difference between the two teams, even more so on Product, where, Poland, when they were holding the point, they had their team stuck on cliff and behind that rock and that dispenser. Very structured defense. When Lithuania actually got the point on that third round and they were holding it for a minute, as that defensive hold went on, it didn't really seem like there was necessarily a game plan. So, as you mentioned, the Polish team must have put in some work, must have put in some time discussing their game plan, discussing the strategy, and kind of, putting it all together. And it certainly, led to some strong